Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today's video is a Q&A video that I decided to do after a most recent live stream that I did a couple days ago. That was when I first moved in to this temporary housing, if you might call it. So yeah, I decided to do this Q&A because people were just asking me questions in the chat about living in Montreal and all that sort of thing. And so I figured I might as well just put out a poll or put out something in my discussion/community posts on YouTube and in Discord and just allow people to ask me questions and I'd answer them. So that's what I'm here to do today. I'm here to answer all of your questions and whatnot. By the way, thank you all for responding to that community post as well as putting your responses on Discord. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the first question. All right, so for the first few questions here, I'm gonna be reading from the community post that I posted on YouTube. So we have from Extreme Maker X, hey, it's been a while. My question is, what do you think of the Montreal Metro rolling stock compared to the MBTA's subway rolling stock? That's a good question. So far, I think the Montreal Metro rolling stock is cool. Personally, I favor the old MP73s that are on the blue and yellow lines, and I think a few of them are on the green line as well. I favor those over the MPM10s created by Bombardier, I think I said that right, and Alstom. Why? It's because they look a lot similar to that of the rolling stock back home, and it kind of makes me feel at home when I'm riding them. Also, the MP10s, they're kind of just like, they're kind of like glorified snakes with rubber wheels. But that's just what I think about them. In terms of like efficiency and stuff, I think they're pretty cool. They seem more efficient and everything like that. And yeah, that's what my response is to that. The second question we have is from Bill Bunn. What is the most interesting part of the STM? I'd probably say the most interesting part about the STM is the fact that they use rubber wheels instead of steel wheels, which is I guess it was an interesting choice. However, I was talking to my friend Max last night, and he was telling me that the rubber wheels versus steel wheels don't really have that big of a difference in terms of like functionality. Like sure, rubber wheels might be better for like climbing up steeper hills and stuff, but other than that, they don't really do anything different than traditional steel wheels that the MBTA's rolling stock uses. So yeah, that's what I would say the most interesting part about it is. Next question we have is from Transit Fan Production, and it is, why don't you like the commuter rail? JK, what was your reaction when your MBTA Orange Line documentary did well? Oh, wow, that's a really good question, and I will gladly answer that. Quite frankly, when I originally posted that video, that was like 2 years ago. I posted that on March 28th back in 2020. I just made that because I just wanted to. I knew that the 12 series were being retired soon, and also I was just kind of going through a phase of like obsession over them, and I figured like, hey, I might as well make this cool video kind of just like giving a tribute to them. And in all honesty, I did not expect for that video to take off the way how it did. And I'm really glad that it took off, and I'm glad I provide people with some quality content. So yeah, that's my response to that. Next question we have is from Frankie DiStefano, Rail Fanning. I think I said that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. She said, do you plan on making a Midnight Red Line or Green Line video? Yes, I do plan on making them. I already have the Green Line Type 7s already in vector format. However, I do need to make the Type 8s as well as the Type 9s in a vector format, which it's going to be a bit more difficult because the way how I made the Type 7s into a vector was that I found these images on, I think it was either DeviantArt or Pinterest, of like a low-res side view of them, and I basically just threw those into Illustrator and digitally retraced them, but upscaling it at the same time for better quality. So I can make Midnight Green Line, and I do plan on releasing an early version of it. However, I need to go back home and do some audio recordings along the D line so I can get that nice stereo audio of it going from left to right and right to left. So I do plan on making a Midnight Green Line soon. However, in terms of a Midnight Red Line, I'm still working on that. I do need to get a vector graphic of the side view finished, which I don't know how long that will take me because I need to find a good side reference image of it. Oh, and speaking of which, by the way, if any of you have any good like side images of any of the rolling stock, please send them to me. I'm currently in the process of creating digital 2D vector graphics of them, and yeah, any type of like side view would be very helpful for me since I need those to kind of digitally retrace them. So if any of you have those, please send them to me. I would really appreciate it. Next question we have is from Model T Nick. Funny name, by the way. Are the trains viewed from your window subway style trains or heavy rail like the commuter rail? The trains that I have outside my window are heavy rail, so it's basically all like commuter rail type trains and stuff like that. No freight trains, which would be kind of cool to see that, but mostly it's commuter rail, like passenger style trains. Usually on the weekends, like yesterday, there weren't as many as there were on Friday. Like during the week when I moved in, they were going like in and out like crazy. There was a whole bunch passing by. I do plan on filming a time lapse from my window of them, and I will just release that as its own like separate like standalone like little mini video. So stay tuned for that. Next question we have is from Malaki Alkins. She said, if you were an MBTA operator, what color line would you operate? Orange, obviously, but good question. It was obvious to me, but yeah, I don't know if I'd operate the 14s. Given their shaky reputation, I don't know if I trust them quite all the way yet. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Next question we have is from Frankie DiStefano again. What are you gonna do or feel when the 12 series are gone forever? I'll probably hold a mock funeral for them like Steve Jobs did for macOS 9 back in WWDC 2002. I'm probably gonna do that, but in all honesty here, I'm gonna make, when the 12 series do get retired, I'm going to completely remake my original Orange Line tribute video, but with everything updated. I'm probably going to keep everything in that video the same, but cram in a bit more details about the 12 series and a little bit more about the 1100s and stuff. But I'm going to try to remake that video as a tribute to them, given that that video was purposefully kind of like a tribute video in its own. So yeah, that's probably what I do. When they do get retired, I will make a video. I will make a whole dedicated video to them, as well as I think I might actually take all of the footage that I have thus far and cram it into a, like this will, I don't know if this will even be possible, but I'm going to try to cram it into one giant compilation video. I don't know how big it's going to be, but my guess is it's going to be a lot of hours worth of Orange Line trains passing by. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Although I don't know about that second one with the combined compilation. Mostly just because I think it would be absolutely massive to edit that, as well as to even export it and upload it to YouTube. So I don't know if that would be feasible. I'll check in on that, by the way. Next question we have is from Light. When is the Green Line documentary video coming out? Now, I don't quite know the answer to that question yet because I haven't started doing my research or writing the script for that video. Those videos take quite a bit to make, mostly because I have to, the first initial steps I need to take is that I need to actually do the research, compile a script, edit the script, refine it a little bit more, and then actually kind of like recite it, then film it, and then put it together. So it takes a while. Plus, like I keep getting comments from people in the comments section on my Blue Line video and various others that I'm missing stuff. And for the Green Line video, I'm gonna try to get everything I possibly can as right as possible, but who knows. So yeah, I don't know when that will be coming out. However, I can say is that I will be dividing the Green Line documentary into several different videos. Why? Because the Green Line has a metric ton of history attached to it, and it would be a lot for me to cram it into one video. However, if the video is like under an hour or something, I might cram it all into one video, but we'll see. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so the next set of questions we have here are from Discord. I just recently created the channel this morning, so yeah. From King Kaz, have you ever been to the T late at night? Well, I have, because I worked as an ambassador for the summer of 2021. And I worked the night shift. I worked from 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon all the way to 10 p.m. and then later towards the later end of the summer, I worked from 2:30 p.m. all the way to midnight. So I have ridden the T late at night. However, I do want to ride the Orange Line down the Southwest Corridor on the last train going from Oak Grove to Forest Hills. I feel like that would be a pretty cool journey in and of itself. So yeah, I might do that. But yes, I have ridden the T late at night, and it's cool. Yeah. Next question we have is from Car 647. Has transit police ever stopped you? No. Next question is from I can't say that. Siri, say it for me. Thank you. Have you ever been severely harassed by a Karen or a Kevin? Actually, I wasn't really like harassed, but I was I was filming on the Orange Line. This was probably like 2 weeks ago now. I was filming on the Orange Line. I was at Downtown Crossing. It was after I met up with a couple of people and just had a good time, but I was just filming the Orange Line just on the platform of it coming down. And people were in the shot, but this one guy just like came up to me and he's like, "Hey, why are you filming?" I'm like, "I'm documenting these old trains." And he's like, you know you can't do that, right? You're breaching people's privacy." I'm like, "Yeah, I know that, but I'm filming the trains, not the people. I'll blur them out." And he's like, "Yeah, but you can't do that, all right? You can't." I'm like, "Dude, I film trains, not people." And he's like, I don't care, just stop filming." I'm like, "Fuck you, dude." I literally just walked away after he just was like, he was so persistent. I was just like, this is not worth it, whatever. So yeah, I have been stopped by a Karen or a Kevin. Well, technically I've been stopped by a Kevin, not by a Karen. That is yet to come, and quite frankly, I'm not looking forward to it. Next question we have is from Eamonboy28. If the CRRC 1400 trains were around during your childhood, do you think you would like them more than the 1200s? I don't know about that one. Quite frankly, I think probably. I mean, if they were introduced like in 2009 or something, like the Blue Line had, like the 600s were retired in 2009, and if the same happened for the Orange Line and like the 1400s with the same exact design and everything like that were introduced like back in 2009 and everything, then yeah, I'd probably like them more because I wouldn't be so attached to the 12 series. Because when the Blue Line 600s were retired, I wasn't really riding the T as often. I was still a little boy, all right? So yeah, I'd probably like them. Yeah, but however, that's not the reality, and I still fucking hate them. Next question is from H. Have you seen at least 10 Type 9s? I live on the Green Line, both near the D and the C line, and I will say I see the Type 9s on a daily basis. Back when they were first kind of getting introduced onto the line, they were a bit more of a rare occasion, but quite frankly, they're a bit more common now. So yeah, I have seen the Type 9s. However, I haven't really like paid attention to if I've seen like 10 specific ones. Like I haven't paid attention to the number. I've just been like, oh, Type 9, cool. So yeah, I have ridden the Type 9s basically. Next question we have is from Frankie. What will you do or feel once the 1200s are gone for good, and what's your honest opinion on the Red Line 1800s? I'm very curious. So I'm basically just gonna use the answer that I stated for the previous question that was like that. However, I will answer the 1800s bit. The 1800s, I think, are the best. I think they're the best upgrade that the MBTA has done to a rolling stock. Quite frankly, the 1800s are perfect in every way. The propulsion sound is just so beautiful. The actual body car design is great. I love it. And the interior is also pretty nice too. The 1800s are what I would consider to be my favorite 90s car, if you might. So yeah, that's my opinion on those. Next question we have is from Drip. Have you ever had a fan come up to you? No, not yet. I don't think no one has really recognized me while I'm out filming, and I am interested to see if that does happen. If it does, hey, that's pretty cool. I'll definitely say hi. I might chill out for a bit or something like that. But yeah, I haven't really had anyone just come up to me being like, oh my god, Nick Dalton, oh my god, it's so pog. No, that hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm assuming it's probably going to start happening in the near future, given that I have 1,000 people subscribed to me and watching my content daily. So yeah, I'm interested. Next question we have is from Gameric21. If they made a new train but using the same shell design and paint scheme as the 12 series, would you like those better than the current 1200s? Well, I would say I would like them with the same similar body style and paint scheme. However, there are some specific quirks and stuff about the 1200s that I don't think can be replicated anywhere else. For one, the air brake hiss release. That's a key point of the 12 series that makes me love them the most. Whenever they leave the station and make that air brake hiss sound, it just makes, I love the sound. I cannot even express how much I love it. And if that was taken away from them, I'd still like them, but not as much, if you know what I mean. But yeah, and also if they have like a similar sounding door chime, kind of like the current Type 7Rs, then yeah. I kind of like the musical chimes of the 12 series right now. I like the 80s technology where everything's different, you know? So, yeah, that's it for that question. Next question we have is from Iconic. How long do you think the 1400s are going to last? Well, I have had discussion with Michael G. He is a moderator on my Discord server, and he did say that the 1400s were they were designed to last at least 25 to 30 years. However, given how the MBTA has kind of like dealt with maintaining the fleet, I think they'll last that long, but it's debatable. I don't know how long they'll last, given they were designed to be more durable in terms of the exterior body design with like the stainless steel compared to the 1200s. I think they'll last a lot longer in the exterior body area. However, for the undercarriage and propulsion system, I know everything about that is unknown. I don't know how durable or like how it's designed or anything like that. So I can't really answer that. So quite frankly, I'll just go off of what Michael G told me, and I'm gonna say probably 25 to 30 years. But yeah. Next question we have is from Lord Gamer 5426. What is the most stupidest thing you've heard someone say about the MBTA? The 1400s are great. Next question we have is from Nixon BVE. When was the last time you rode the MBTA's commuter rail? Well, actually, when I was filming the music video for 1204, there's a certain shot towards the end of the video there where I'm at the commuter rail platform at Forest Hills. Me and Max, we actually rode the commuter rail from Forest Hills to South Station, and that was probably the first time I had been on the commuter rail in quite a while. I don't ride the commuter rail often because I don't really go anywhere outside of Boston, and yeah, that's pretty much I have ridden the commuter rail, and recently actually. And that just about does it for this Q&A video. If you enjoyed, please let me know down in the comments below, and if you want to see more Q&A videos like this from me, please let me know, and I will gladly do more like this. I do enjoy your feedback, I do love answering your questions, I love engaging with the community as a whole. I myself as a content creator think it's very important to interact with all of you guys, and to build a community fan base around me, and not just look at you guys as viewers or money makers, because quite frankly, I wouldn't feel good about what I do if I just thought about it that way. I love interacting with you guys, I love feedback, and I love just doing what I love. And yeah, so that's it for this video. If you liked what you saw, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, dislike it if you dislike it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.